in LA, well, in Whittier, it's down in like the LA area. A man, third world America, right? There was a man that was driving, and I guess what happened was these sheriff's department recruits were going on their morning jog, kind of like what the military does in the morning. They just do like their morning jog all in formation. They were heading out of the parking lot area to start going to the side, because what they do is they'll usually do their jog on like the slow lane, because they're in line like 4 or 5 across and then like 7 or 9 deep down. So they try to stay in formation, usually have like a pole flag person at the front. They were on their way to do their morning jog like that together, and a car ran all of them over this morning. So I wanted to show a little video about it and talk about what happened. There is some updates. They just arrested the guy this morning, I believe, or last night, the suspect for it. And so let's check this out really quick.
I'm Eric. Glad you are with us here. We are staying on top of breaking news out of Whittier. This is near the Los Angeles area. Authorities saying nearly 24 Los Angeles County sheriff's recruits were on a training run when they were hit by a vehicle. We can tell you a handful of them were critically injured. This includes Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department recruits. They were part of the academy they're training. Right now, first responders are on the scene. This is a live look at the vehicle that was likely involved in this, that hit nearly 24 sheriff's recruits.
Yeah, you can see the extent of damage to that vehicle. For some reason, this vehicle went up on the sidewalk, as you see right there, hitting these people. So really a terrible incident. It happened just around 6:30 this morning. So the recruits were told we're on some sort of training exercise right by that area where they do these training sessions. So it's in Whittier, and it looks like they were on that sidewalk where that vehicle is right now. So we can tell you the driver of that vehicle has been detained. So, of course, now they'll be questioned on why this happened. What was the cause of this? At this point, they've not said what may have caused the crash. We are getting some reports from the Los Angeles Fire Department into our CBS affiliate in Los Angeles about the number of people, as Eric mentioned, about 24. So more than 20 recruits injured in this crash. There are some reports of 5 to 7 patients in critical condition. 4 needed immediate care. So we saw a helicopter earlier. As Eric mentioned, they had to close off the 5 for a bit of time to be able to transport these people to area hospitals quickly. 10, we believe, have minor injuries. That's, again, according to Los Angeles County Fire Department.
Yeah, the driver that struck those recruits, according to the sheriff's department there, was detained and is being questioned. And this is all pending further investigation as to what led up to all of this. We'll keep you posted here on CBS8.com as well as our CBS8 app.
There's one of them. And so a little bit of more of an update.
New details on the driver of that car. Sheriff's deputies at a home tonight in Diamond Bar to gather information. That's where Susan Hirasuna is live with more. Susan.
Yeah, just before 6 o'clock, deputies rolled up on this home in Diamond Bar. Now, photographer Joab Harris was told that he was allowed to shoot what happened next, but he was asked to turn off his camera light and hide behind the vehicle. Clearly, deputies were going to prepare for anything that should happen once they bang on the front door. A phalanx of sheriff's deputies approached this home in Diamond Bar.
Sheriff's Department.
One deputy holds a portable battering ram.
Residents of 10, 5, 9, Diamond Bar. Come on out.
With a rifle in a ready position, the door opens. 2 women are ordered out and ushered away from the house. Shortly thereafter, the light goes on in an upstairs bedroom. Another deputy approaches the home with her gun drawn, looking in with caution before entering. During the Fox 11 special report, Sheriff Alex Villanueva explained the police action as a joint effort with the CHP and DA's office.
You don't get no meat. That's why you're more bones. You're like, no, I'm less bones. Give me more meat. I'm done. I'm just gonna see myself out on that one.
All three of them are working together, trying to determine whether it was an accident or deliberate act of some sort, or some criminal culpability on this. And that once they determine that, then they'll move forward.
So there, if you guys could see, this was a video of the actual accident. So if you look right here, you'll notice, what, Kelly? Good to see you. Oh, I love you, Kelly. So as you guys can see right here, if you look, man, why is my my pointer not working? Never get to show my pointer. You're not going to let me show the pointer. Okay. So if you look to the left side, like right, oh geez, like right here in between, in the net, you'll see a car. And then if you look to the other side of the net, to the right side of the screen, I guess you would say, the far side of the screen over there on the other side, you'll see those recruits. Those are all the recruits that were running. And that is right where the, oh, it is going to do my little mouse. Right here, you'll see is the car. And then over here is the recruits. So you'll be able to see the little crash of it really quick. See, this is like some CCTV footage. Camera got it. And just ran through all of them. Let me turn the volume back up so you guys can hear it.
With either an arrest or a release, and then it becomes a civil matter.
That's that guy right there.
Plainclothes detectives, and not long after.
Wrong one. I meant to push pause. So this guy right here is the driver of the vehicle that crashed into them.
And it becomes a civil matter.
Deputies are joined by plainclothes detectives, and not long after, the women are returned to the home. Eventually, a large group of deputies enter the property and directed upstairs to the room presumed to be the driver's. What investigators found and what they were looking for was unclear. No one was talking. Another group went door to door asking for security video. No neighbor wanted to go on camera, but suggested that they wanted to see when the 22-year-old arrived home and when he left early Wednesday. At the scene of the crash, CHP officers conducted field sobriety tests. Ultimately, a toxicology report may help explain why the SUV veered out of the lane and into the recruits.
Any sense on potential drugs or other influence?
Well, they did. They drew blood. They're going to be a full toxicology report, but the initial breathalyzer was 0.0. They did field sobriety tests, and those he passed as well.
The neighbors that we talked to said that the residents of that home, they're a very fine family and that they've had long-term relationships, and really said that they are tremendous. Now, the 22-year-old is apparently a triplet with two sisters, and whether or not this becomes a criminal case or a civil case, that might be determined by those toxicology reports. I can also tell you that at no time did we see any of the deputies or investigators leave with any evidence bags or anything like that. Reporting live in Diamond Bar, I'm Susan Hirsuna, Fox 11 News.
Yeah, it sounds like they just sent that guy home because they probably thought it was they probably thought it was an accident, and now they've arrested him, probably finding out that it's not an accident. Like this one right here, Fox has been saying that it was intentional.
A stunning turn of events in this investigation, with the wrong way driver now turned into the prime suspect. He is under arrest, being held in jail tonight. His bail denied, with the LA County Sheriff himself saying the carnage in Whittier was intentional. Listen to the sheriff.
And he's now in our custody awaiting arraignment, and the investigation is still ongoing.
The stunning new development in the continuing investigation coming from the LA County Sheriff himself, confirming Wednesday's horrific scene here in Whittier is no accident, but instead a deliberate act.
Residents of 10, 5, 9, 11 Bar. Come on out.
That as we're learning more about the investigation, as deputies armed and ready, even carrying a battering ram, search the Diamond Bar home of the man at the center of that investigation, 22-year-old Nicholas Joseph Gutierrez. The wrong way driver, he's now under arrest, charged with the attempted murder of a peace officer.
Well, they did a very thorough investigation. They interviewed dozens and dozens of witnesses and victims, and that was a conclusion arrived based on the evidence and the testimony that they have to date.
That after Gutierrez's SUV slams into a group of recruits during their morning training run. 25 are hurt, some seriously. Investigators say witnesses report hearing that SUV accelerate up to 30 to 40 miles per hour, veering into the recruits, only stopping when the SUV rammed into a light pole. Ramming that pole with such force, it knocked the pole right over. Even then, a witness says Gutierrez still had his foot on the accelerator. We know Gutierrez passes a field sobriety test, meaning no sign of alcohol, but deputies confirm finding marijuana in his wrecked SUV. Toxicology tests are still pending. As several of the injured are airlifted to medical centers, attention now shifts to the most seriously hurt. 7 recruits are still hospitalized. 2 of those are listed as critical, suffering serious injuries.
The one in at St. Francis is still in critical, and that's the one that has the brain injury. The one at UCI is just going to be going through another surgery, and both of them have multiple fractures as well.
And now live, the St. Francis Medical Center. It is here that one of the recruits listed as critical that the sheriff was mentioning. He is being treated here in the ICU. We're told he is on a ventilator, as the sheriff says. He is the recruit who is suffering from a serious head injury and brain injury. Getting back to the developing part of this story, that wrong way driver now under arrest. He is due in court first thing in the morning. He will be arraigned on a charge of attempted murder. For now, we're live here in Linwood. Back to both of you, and West LA we go.
So yeah, he definitely went to county last night and is going to be arraigned today. He's going to be in court today. I wonder if there's anything going on with the court of that. Damn, just pushes buttons for me, huh? This one says he was released from jail. Sunny, Oregon. Good morning, Signs. How are you today? Sunny ? It's probably sunny, but it's probably cold as shit out there because that's how it is here. It's like sunny, but it's really cold. We're getting down to like the 30s at nighttime now. I think we got down to like 43 last night. It was cold. Exactly. Only cops' lives mattered, nothing else. Blue lives matter, citizens splatter. Exactly. Like they're making such a big hubbub over this, this thing.
Investigators have on a Diamond Bar man that they arrested for driving his SUV into a group of law enforcement recruits this week.
In a surprising and a bit development, the suspect was released last night. Mario Ramirez is outside that man's home in Diamond Bar. I know, Mario, this is somewhat straightforward based on a law surrounding where the investigation is at this time.
That's right, and the sheriff's department calls this a provisional release while investigators continue to build their case, and they now believe that this 22-year-old driver intentionally hit dozens of recruits early Wednesday morning, 7 of them still hospitalized, 2 with critical injuries. And take a look, you can see him here taking a field sobriety test at that crash site in Whittier, which showed no signs that he was under the influence. Nicholas Gutierrez was released just before 10 o'clock last night after being taken into custody Wednesday morning. He was reportedly driving his Honda CRV on the wrong side of the road in Whittier Wednesday.
No, we're box crew today. I'm like seriously about to open up YouTube on my phone just so I can see the emotes that you guys are using, because this isn't fair. Okay, it's just not fair. I can't see it. They're just boxes. That's all they are, just boxes. I see it. It's a dinosaur screaming. Where did you get those? Oh, they're new. I see. Oh my God, you guys. There's so many new emotes. Look at all of them. That sucks. What's wrong with StreamYard? Why StreamYard won't show it? Oh, their new global emote. Okay. Yeah, they've been doing some updating on YouTube. If you guys, I'm gonna plug him in really quick, even though he's like huge and he doesn't even know I exist. But there's a guy on YouTube named Nick Nimmin, and I usually watch his videos throughout the week because he always gives up new updates. He helps YouTubers and help YouTubers grow, like giving them advice and things like that. And he's really good about giving you all the information about YouTube. So yeah, exactly. StreamYard probably needs an update for sure. So yeah, it looks like this guy did it intentionally. like Yona was saying, police getting hit by the feds. It sounds like this guy did it intentionally, as if he was like, trying to hurt him. It sounded like from what they were saying, he sped up when he was getting to them. And when he hit the pole, his foot was still on the gas. So yeah, shit's crazy. I'll finish watching. It's only a minute.
75 cadets for their morning run. 25 of those recruits were injured in the crash, with injuries ranging from head trauma and broken bones to loss of limbs. Sheriff's deputies later searching the home of that 22-year-old driver charged with attempted murder of peace officers, but were seen leaving with no bags or boxes in hand. Meanwhile, Sheriff Villanueva, he previously said this crash was an accident, but he now believes that after more evidence was collected, it was an intentional, deliberate act.
Well, they did a very thorough investigation. They interviewed dozens and dozens of witnesses and victims, and that was a conclusion they arrived based on the evidence and the testimony that they have to date.
Investigators are not legally allowed to hold a suspect in custody for more than 48 hours without presenting the case to prosecutors. And Sheriff Villanueva says the suspect was only released until investigators can develop more evidence and present a stronger case for prosecutors. So they continue to conduct ongoing interviews and analyze some of the evidence, including surveillance footage. Back out here live, we expect that case to be presented.
I'm done. Okay, I'm done talking. Kelly just killed me right now. I shouldn't be laughing. I'm going to hell. That's okay. As long as there's a pretty basket that I can ride on it in, I'm good. Send me to hell. That's where the party is.